Yo, it's Tatum in here with the Tatum Takeover. 101.1 The Wiz. Special guest with me.
Yes, sir.
Santino Corleon.
What it do, my man?
Hold on, you gotta specify because sometimes it's not Corleon, right?
Right. Sometimes it's Santino, sometimes it's Santino Corleon. Right now it's whatever you want it to be.
So why is it sometimes though?
Because I'm signed with the label 83 Sound out in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And when I release music with them, it's just under Santino. It's better marketing, you know what I'm saying? But with the way my deal's structured, I'm allowed to still release music on my own, but I do it under Santino Corleon.
So you got like two different personas.
Best of both worlds.
Who is Santino versus Santino Corleon? Like, are you gonna do like a T.I. versus TIP?
I don't know if we're gonna go that far with it, but it's that, it's kind of that, Eminem Slim Shady thing, I guess now. But Santino is just me. I want to say it's a regular me, but that's my real name. Like that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? I think Corleon is this thing I have personified over the years, and it's this character or this vibe just got me this far, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's more my edgier stuff, you know what I mean? Profanity and probably, edgier stuff.
That's not for kids.
Right, and then the Santino stuff is the marketable stuff that we can have on commercials and TVs and movies and stuff like that.
That's what's up. Now, speaking of commercials and TV, you got like a crazy buzz to kick off 2020, bro. Like,
Yep.
What's up with the whole thing you did with Jeopardy?
Well, I dropped this record called Go. Well, I didn't even drop the record before that. ABC picked up a record that I had released with the label. Well, we didn't even release it yet, but ABC picked it up for Jeopardy Greatest of All Time tournament, and they used it for their TV promo. So it was just this whole big ordeal. They used it for a couple weeks, and it was just wild hearing my name or my voice sprinkled in with Alex Trebek during these commercials.
That's tight, man. Jeopardy, one of them. That's up there with Wheel of Fortune. That's one of them like legendary game shows that like transcend the test of time, like through generations and generations.
For sure, it was like the most watched episodes in the history of the show. Like, you know what I mean? It was the first tournament of its kind. So for them to use my song "Goat" for that was it was surreal almost.
How did you find out that they used your song? Did you just hear it on TV, or did you have to call, text?
Well, I knew about it New Year's Eve. Out of Sight called me, who's actually founder of our label, and then also he's an artist too. He called me on New Year's Eve and said, "Yo, we got our first placement for Goat." And I'm like, "What is it?" And he's like, "I don't know what it is yet. It's just a TV promo. That's all I know." And I'm like, "That's crazy. Like we get our first placement, and he can't even tell me what it is." But he calls me a few days later, and he's like, "Yo, it's Jeopardy." And I'm like, well, I never would have thought it was Jeopardy. Like, I was at home, like, Googling what the shows were on ABC to try to find out what it was. So it was dope. It was dope.
Wow. So I'm pretty sure that the momentum has been crazy, though.
Yeah, super crazy.
Feedback from something like that.
Yeah, super crazy. I'm actually dropping 2 new EPs on my own on Santino Corleon on February 28th. And then also we got another record with the label coming out under Santino called Notorious on March 5th. So that's just been wild. And then I got another surprise coming next week. I thought I could talk about it, but I had got a text saying hold off on that right now. But next week we got another surprise coming with the GOAT record. So it's just, it's all around moving fast.
So you've been putting in work for a minute, Santino. How has Cincinnati influenced you so far? Cause I know you're doing back and forth to LA now too. But how are you staying grounded with your roots and just making sure?
I started here, and I guess you could say I started in New York City too. So it's just, this is where I got my most love from, and it just that kind of started my career, just running around and touring with people with Mac Miller and stuff like that. So the city just always has been showing me love and kind of gravitated to what I was doing. So over the years, it has blossomed into this. You know what I mean? So I just try to stay focused and remember, I come from the 513, and I try to rep for this place because we don't get a lot of national attention. So anytime I get the opportunity where they're like, "Hey, we're going to put you on this national stage," and I try to rep the city to the fullest, from LA to New York to here. You know what I'm saying?
That's why that accomplishment was so big. Like, nobody has in Cincinnati that I know of has done.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not much of a bragger, but
brag, man.
I don't think nobody has done that or has that.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of people doing stuff right now. Like, we got Stoop on tour with Trippie Redd right now. We got Jay Skills on tour with Afro Man right now. So it's like a lot of people in the city doing some big things right now. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But as far as that and placements like that, I don't think nobody's done that type of placement. And the next one I got coming up, I think, fingers crossed, is a good one too. So
So like with that, do you get to? I'm pretty sure you don't get to choose which placement you do. You just write the song and then just go from there.
Yeah. Like when they send me records, they basically sometimes they have hooks on them, sometimes they don't. And they're like, they'll give me a premise. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is kind of vibe we want to go with. So I'll record vocals. I've done records there when I'm in LA, but if I'm here, I'll record them at True Sound with Mike Toombs. And they'll give me the premise and I'll write whatever I think should go with that record. With GOAT, they kind of gave me the sports premise, so I was like, okay, I kind of know what to do with this one. You know what I mean? So I wrote it, sent it back. They loved it. Probably got mixed 2 or 3 weeks later or so, and then that was 6 months ago. So now we're just now getting into the point where the placements are starting to come out and all that type of stuff. And I've got a whole slew of records with the labels just kind of ready to go. I think they said we're going to drop every 5 weeks. So every 5 weeks I got a record coming this year.
So they just pretty much pick and choose like what they want to use for
Yeah. We all kind of collaborate together. Like, hey, I think this record may be the next one. So the next one we've already had this next one that's coming out March 5th. Notorious picked for a minute. So the next one after that, we don't really know what it is yet, but we've got a bunch of them just sitting there waiting. I've been working on them for like 6 months now. So
okay.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, before we get on out of here, is it challenging to separate the two? Like just to be like this commercial marketable family man, and then to be Santino
I tell myself like, if this is what I signed up for, you know what I'm saying? Like now, like you said, I'm a family man now. I got a father. I'm a father. You know. Shout out to all the kids, Reagan, Jax, Onyx, you know what I'm saying? My wife, Miranda, you know what I'm saying? So, it's my life. It's my business. It's what I do every day on the daily. So I live it and breathe it. So it's really not hard to separate the two, you know what I'm saying? But I like to involve the family in a lot of stuff that I can, you know what I mean? Like, if I can put kids in the videos, I'll put them in the videos, stuff like that. Put them on records, take them to the studio. Just, I almost brought Onyx down here today, but I'm like, he's a little wild. I don't want to tear things up. So
tearing up the bike.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I already know that you got, so much going on this year. But like, what are some of your goals?
My goals this year, man, is just to keep building up these placements and eventually get back out on this road again. We got a lot of things coming with the label. I can't really talk about them, but it's a lot of stuff coming. I think I'm going to surprise a lot of people this year. You know what I mean? Like, even when they call me and they're like, yo, this, and this is going to happen or potentially going to happen, I'm just sitting back like, wow, this is crazy. Like, just surreal. But, I mean, like I said, I worked a long time to get to this moment, so, you know what I mean? Like, I can't let it intimidate me now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just time to put in the work now, for real.
That's what's up. So far, we know we got 2 EPs on the way.
Mm-hmm. Another record.
And another single you're going to do?
Yeah, another single before the 2 EPs, and then the record comes out. And then sprinkled, the 2 EPs come out the 28th. The next record comes out.
2 EPs? Is one
2
EPs
EPs in one day.
Santino and...
No, they're both Santino Corleon. It's called Tales from the Trap Side and The Vibes. There's music that I have been working on. Like, I was going to drop it on Christmas Day last year, but through me getting my deal and a bunch of stuff happened, I just had to push it back a little bit, you know. So now it just happened. It's like the perfect timing to drop those 2. I got a record coming out on the 5th, and it's sprinkled in there. Hopefully this announcement kind of blows things up a bit again too. So we're just moving on kind of like this train right now, you know what I mean?
That's what's up, man. Well, you got my support.
Thank you.
Pretty sure you got the city support. 513 is supporting you.
Appreciate you having me.
Where can people check you out at?
Santino Corleon on all digital streaming sites, except for my 83 Sound Music. Is under, right now, the only record we have out under that is Santino. Okay. Or it's GOAT, but it's under Santino. So if you type in Santino GOAT, it'll pop up. But then all my other music is Santino Corleon, you know what I'm saying? And then you can check my videos on YouTube. Got my video director, Lunar Thought, in here with me too. Yeah. So we out here, you know?
So, just so it's not confused, everything you do commercially and marketing is under Santino?
Yes, under Santino. No Corleone.
Okay,
right.
Gotcha. Just want to make sure we don't get no confusion. Like, I thought we was listening to this. And
yeah. If you hear cussing, you know Santino Corleone music. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you got to cuss to get your point across.
Exactly.
Just not on the radio.
I appreciate you, boss man.
Thank you.